Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm back at work again. Anyway, it's Tuesday, August 20th. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm fine. It's just, it's morning, anyway. So I am listening to the Vicomte de Bragelonne by Alexander Dumas, part of the D'Artagnan romances. I'm near the end. I'm about an hour and a half from the end because I did a half hour on the way to work. So I don't have much left. So I don't know how I'm feeling. It matters how it ends. If I'm going to go straight into the next one, or if I can maybe listen to some of my library books in the middle. We'll see. I guess it'll depend how much work or what work I have today. I didn't leave anything undone, so I don't actually know what direction my day is going to go today. Just depends. It just switches. As I said, changes all the time. So we'll see what happens. If I have time to listen, if not, I'll just listen to the Vicomte. And as I said, probably can get that done sometime today. So anyway, beyond that, it's a work day. I have to go to work. Anyway, so I will probably check in either after work at some point and let you know where I'm at. As I said, my mood last night, I was like, I really wanted to say I'm going to go right into the next book, but I'm also like, I have so many books out for the library again. They all I just like, every time I get I get them all down to a small quantity, then I think, I can add a couple more. And then my mood changes and I decide not to read we'll see what happens. Anyway, as I said, mood reader. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I will check in with you guys later. Hey guys, so it is now about 4:45. I've just got home. I did come home directly, no stopping anyway, other than for stoplights. So I got a couple of books in the mail. One of them was in there from yesterday, which I didn't realize in my mailbox, and that was my copy of Dark Restraint by Katie Robert. This is book 7, I believe, in the Dark Olympus series. I'm really looking forward to this one. Again, this is Ariadne and the Minotaur's story. So anyway, this is I really enjoy this series by Katie Robert. So I am a part of her Patreon, so we get books, and this time she sent some like art cards. I don't want to show that one. Or so there's like some cards in here that some of them are tarot, some are not, kind of thing idea. Anyway, it doesn't matter, they just come in. Anyway, I also got a sign plate, even though her name is signed electronically in the book, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Anyway, so I'm going to read this probably next week as my goal, just because I'm supposed to get the audiobook from the library really soon. So either I'll read it physically or audio. I've done both on that series, so we'll see how I feel. Anyway, I had my hard hat on a lot today because I had to run the forklift. Update, I have my 5 hours. So now I have to be retested or to be certified. So I'm getting closer. Anyway, to the forklift trauma. Anyway, I'm getting closer. Anyway, but my hair is destroyed because I have to wear a hard hat whenever I'm outside. Ugh. Anyway, and then one I took a chance on a couple months ago. I pre-ordered it, and it's one of those things where I just saw it once and it sounded cute for contemporary, and I don't know anything or anybody who's read it, but it is Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. And this guy owns, I think he runs, he does the undertaking business in Galway, Ireland. And he has to, I don't know to inherit, I think he has to be married by his 35th birthday. And he's super shy. So he's not doing good on that. And then, what's her name? Lark is an American who comes over to kind of escape her things that happened in her life. I think there's grief in here. And she has a house next to the cemetery, I guess. And so she starts talking to him and finds out that he has to get married in this, fairly quickly to get his inheritance. So she decides to help him on his dating quest to try to find people for him to date. And again, I'm thinking it's going to be kind of funny because he's he's not very good at the whole dating thing. He's very shy. And then again, they'll get closer as I think it's going to be a friends to lovers, that they get to know each other and then things will happen. At least I think so. We'll see what happens. I don't know where I saw this or if somebody, I don't know if I haven't seen anybody read it, but it just came out and I just got it today. It was today's release. So it was one of my pre-orders. I have another one coming in the mail today that I didn't get. What else did I get? Oh, it was the other Katie Robert book, the last of the O'Malley series that I've put on hold that I'm not going to read right now, but it'll be coming. If I get it, I'll show you, or it'll be tomorrow. I don't know. The shipping said it would be today, but it wasn't there in my mailbox and it wasn't on my doorstep like this other one. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so that is my mini book haul. Anyway, so today was, other than my forklift, getting my numbers, but now I have, or, I'm getting my hours. Now I have to, be certified. Beyond that, work was pretty normal. I mean, it was pretty busy for most of the morning. I, mostly just, worked. And then the afternoon kind of got quiet. I don't know what it was all about that, but it did. It was, everybody kind of delivered early, so I didn't have a whole much, I just did stuff I hate to do that I leave till the last minute to do all that kind of stuff in the afternoon. Anyway, but I did finish the Vicomte de Bragelonne by Alexandre Dumas. It was translated from the French by David Coward, and the audiobook I listened to was by Simon Vance. So I really enjoyed this, but as I yesterday was thinking, and or maybe it was this morning, did I mention that I had this worry that it's going to end in a way that I'm like I won't be satisfied, because this is technically this is the first half of 10 Years Later, which was broken up into 2 books because they're just massive. So again, this was 658 pages, and I think the second part is like 680 pages, something close to that. I don't remember exactly the number. I'll look at it in a minute. But point is that this book has been, again, currently reading for many years. And as I said, I started it in December 2020, meaning to get it done either, at the end of the year or first of the year. And then I just didn't. So anyway, so this is one of my books for oldest August. As I said, one of my oldest currently reading books, not the oldest on my card of shame, but it's one that I was the most upset at myself for not finishing, because I have tried like 2 other times, but this time I was successful. I made it through the whole thing. And then after I finished that, I did start the second part, Louise de la Valerie, I don't know how you say that in French. Anyway, point is, this is book 2. So this is the other half of 10 Years Later. So I'm already 150 pages in. So I'm really enjoying this. This is very different from the other 2 books, or the 3 Musketeers and 10 years or 20 years later. For some reason, these just feel very drawn out. I mean, we just get to know a lot of characters. This is not one of those books. Okay, again, it was serialized, so he goes on a lot of tangents and stuff. Luckily for us, it's not like Victor Hugo and him going off on tangents about, about Paris and things that, like architecture and stuff like that. This is mostly about history, but he's, dramatizing, what happened between, people that are actually existed. And again, he changes dates and he changes kind of what happened behind the scenes. He just kind of takes like the lightest touch to the real history. So you don't want to go off of it and say, oh, that really happened. But a lot of the people in here are real people that, that happened, that were in history. Because again, this is historical fiction in his time, because these are written about 1840s, I think, late 1840s. I'll have to check. But I can't remember. And then, but the this is the stuff taking places in 1660, and this is into 1660, 1661 kind of time frame. So anyway, really enjoying this, but I'm still like, what is the point of a lot of it? But again, we get so many historical characters. I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually, I did debate on my rating for the Vicomte de Bragelonne, and at first I was thinking, oh, well, it's a solid 4. And I think realistically it is, but it also gave me so much joy when there's certain characters would show up and certain things would happen, that there's a 5-star in here. Like, this is 5-star enough. Like, it may be not one of my favorite books of the year, but I think the act of actually getting this done and then continuing on is 5-star. Like, that's what I wanted to do. This is a project I meant to do 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, and I just anyway, I don't know how to explain that, but it's kind of hard. So anyway, again, as I said, I'm about 22% of the way in so far. I'm gonna play my video game for a little bit and maybe get a little farther, but not too much farther. I'm sure it's gonna take me a few days. I know I have a library book that's due in a couple of days, so I kind of need to do that. So I'm gonna let myself have another day or two of doing this, and if I am not done with this book by, on Thursday, I don't know. I might make it, I might not. We'll see what happens. It'll be close. If Friday, though, I have to switch to the Vows and Ruins, because the audiobook is going to go back to the library on Monday, I think. So I need to make sure that I am at least into that. And again, I'm not very far into that one. So why did I pick up all the big books? I do want to mention that most of the time I read mostly books between 300 and a little over 400 pages. Like, I don't read really long books all the time because I haven't been in an epic fantasy mood for quite a while. But a lot of the stuff I read is mostly in the 300 to 400s, in that range. And again, I read a lot of manga this month, so my average is probably still pretty low, but I have picked up several 500-page books this month. And I still have 1 or 2 that I'd like to get to, or 3 now that I want to finish beyond this one. So it's kind of interesting. I've done a lot of longer reading, books that are longer, and then I've also done a lot of manga, but I've done manga only on kind of a more differently. I don't know how to explain that, but it's just my numbers look weird because I don't usually read as many long books all in a row. But I could not stop myself from starting this one. So again, this also is narrated by Simon Vance, and I am really excited to get farther. I don't know where it's going. We're just having fun with it. So that's kind of it where I'm at. I just thought I'd do kind of an update. I know that was a long one, but I will check back in with you guys probably before bed, and when I wrap things up around 9 and see how far I got with that. I don't know if I'm going to feel like reading anything physically. Again, I have the 9th Reign here, which I should read, but I'm also not sure I feel like that. I don't know what I feel like, because I'm really into reading the D'Artagnan romances. We'll see what happens. I did have a thought today, though, that if I get to the end of this book and I'm like, I have to read The Man in the Iron Mask, am I going to read it right away? Or am I going to be able to maybe hold off till September and do it during series September, where I could use it, as a historical fiction? Because I don't read a lot of historical fictions, and where they're doing genres of some sort on their bingo card. We'll see. But right now, I'm going to play Animal Crossing and listen to a little bit more of this. Okay, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up. It's about 9 o'clock. I haven't read much of anything, but I read like 5 pages of this. Not its fault. I just didn't want to focus. So I just played some games on my iPad, which were horrible. They were actually games I downloaded, I don't know, a couple months ago, maybe longer than that. And they are so full of ads. Like every time you do anything, it's an ad. It was just annoying. It was worse than normal. That I remember. And I guess that tells me why I should just play my Switch and forget those. Anyway, but I did that. I did want to just really quickly talk about one of the books that I had pulled for oldest August. So this is The Black House by Peter May. And I bought this. This was in my very first book haul in April 2017. I don't know why I bought this. I don't remember, but I don't read books like this anymore. I used to read some crime mystery, books. And I do have some still on my shelf, but I don't really care for the gritty ones anymore. Like I just don't care. I've kind of gotten out of my whole, inspector or, detective fiction. I don't read much about that anymore. So I did try it. I read the first, I read the prologue and then the first part of the first chapter. And I just was like, no, I don't care. I don't care at all. So, it's fine. Its book's been on my TV or on my shelf, since 2017. So I'm just going to unhaul it. I don't care enough. I don't even care if it's good or not because it wasn't the writing, like anything like that. It really just is. I don't read books like this anymore. I don't remember why I picked this up, why it stayed on my shelf all these years. I have no idea. So I'm just going to let it go because it's just not for me right now. And again, I did check my library. If I did want to read it later on, they have it. So I'm not concerned. So my oldest TBR or the stuff on there, is kind of half and half, working and not working. But that's fine. I'm not getting to as many as I was hoping, but I did make a decision on that. So that's it for tonight. I am going to go to bed in a little bit here. As I said, I just watched BookTube and played some games. I really want to read the Louise de la Vallerie. The thing is that as I said, when I got to what I've gotten, it's an interesting, as I said, I don't know where the book is going, and we've kind of lost some of the threads that I was from the beginning, and I'm like, I can tell you can tell it's been serialized. Like you can tell sometimes in Dickens, he has so many plot lines, and then all of a sudden he'll remember a plot line and bring it back. It's kind of like that. I'm just not sure if we needed all these scenes that we got, even though I really enjoyed most of them, or I'm interested in what happens to the characters. It's just not something I always read, but I like, as I said, I like the way he does it. So I know I have other Alexander Dumas books on my shelf that I need to read, but again, the D'Artagnan romances are what I'm going to focus on. So hopefully tomorrow I can get a good chunk of that done. As I said, I do have so much else to read, and I'm really afraid that I'll get to the end of that book and not be satisfied to stop, and I want to go right into The Man with the Iron Mask, or The Man in the Iron Mask. Which way is it? I don't remember, because I've never read it, and I've never watched any adaptations of it. I have never allowed myself to because I've never read the book. Anyway, point is, I will get to that later. Right now, I'm gonna close this out. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and I will check with you tomorrow. Bye.